In the last video, we left off with how Malkuth, being the lowest Sephiro, represents the deepest depths where gold is found, gold being symbolic of spirit. So now I want to take a look at why Malkuth is usually portrayed as you see here, where it is split into 4 quadrants. In astrology, the earth is portrayed in the same way, and so is the physical body. This simply represents the 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and air.
Why are you telling me these things?
It is important to draw wisdom from many different places. If we take it from only one place, it becomes rigid and stale. Understanding others, the other elements, and the other nations will help you become whole.
But what is often not mentioned, and is very interesting when you think about it, is the same reoccurring symbol is also where the addition sign comes from in algebra. The addition sign represents addition because when the 4 elements come together, they are additive. The subtraction or minus sign comes from only combining water and earth, which are the feminine principles alone, and without the masculine air and fire, they break down or subtract from. Again, the same idea is represented in the pentagram, where the 4 elements are meant to be added together in order to make the 5th, which is spirit. This is the great work to be done in Malkuth. Now let's look at the path connecting Malkuth to the next Sephiro, Yesod. This path is represented by the world card in tarot, which represents completion of the great work that is done in Malkuth. You can also see this in the Hebrew letter Tav or Tau. Because it is the last letter of the alphabet, it represents the end of a cycle, ultimate completion, perfection, and truth. In ancient Paleo-Hebrew, the letter was written in the shape of a cross or an X. Because of this, early Christian theologians associated the Tau with the cross of Christ and the fulfillment of Old Testament promises. The Tau also corresponds to the world card, which is the final card in the major arcana. This is no coincidence because they are interchangeable. All 22 of the major arcana in tarot correspond to the 22 Hebrew letters, which represent the 22 paths on the Kabbalistic tree of life. If we look at the world card, you will see that each corner contains a figure representing the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac, which form the fixed cross and again correspond to the 4 elements. The girl in the middle is what emerges from this process. She is the full made whole. The reason she is in the center of the zodiac is because she is the result of purification through reincarnation. The zodiac shapes the traits of the physical body, which in turn shape the lessons learned during each incarnation. You can also see this idea of reincarnation hinted at in some depictions of the Tree of Life. Basically, the symbolism is telling us the purpose of reincarnation and, ultimately, suffering, which is not for nothing. Now I want to tell you about a very strange personal experience I had that has to do with the symbolism of Malkuth, because if you've watched this far, I think you're probably the kind of person who understands that fact is stranger than fiction. A little less than 2 months ago, right as I started this channel, I was going to watch the Cube movies for another video. Before I did, my wife had a dream that we were in a giant warehouse with other people, and we all had to collect gemstones before a timer ran out. Everyone was searching as fast as they could, but in the end it was revealed by those running the game that, hidden in a small room right at the entrance, was a massive stockpile of gems. If anyone had simply found that room, they would have won immediately, no matter how clever everyone else's strategy was. That was her dream. Now listen to this clip from the Cube movie. Keep in mind that the Kabbalistic Tree of Life is also a 2D depiction of a hypercube, just like the cube in the movie is said to be a hypercube. The Cube film series is clearly a massive analogy for the Tree of Life and other esoteric concepts. But now listen to this.
So, guess what? No. This is the room we started in. I was right. We should never have moved in the first place.
As you just heard, like in the dream, there is a secret to escaping, and it's to stay still. My interpretation of this is that the great work is about learning to quiet the mind and be present in the moment. If this is done, then we pass the test at Yesod, the next Sephiro. In the next video, I will explain this process.